guys? WWE Fan Talk here, bringing you guys another massive package unboxing and review from Ringside Collectibles, where you can use discount code Tanner, TANNER, all caps, to save 10% at checkout. Now today we're going to be doing a full in-depth look at Elite 82, which is new and in stock at Ringside Collectibles. We just did Elite 81, and I was not expecting Elite 82 to ship out this fast, because I feel like we just saw the figures revealed, like the figure images, but we have the full set here today. First things first, we have John Morrison, which I think is probably the figure that everybody's going to be buying the most of out of the set, because, you know, John Morrison just came back, like, what, it's been like a year now? Finally have an updated John Morrison. And then we have an Alexa Bliss. It's kind of an updated Alexa Bliss. I mean, this isn't really like the Fiend, like, you know, how she's with the Fiend now. But, you know, pretty updated, regular Alexa Bliss. Then we have Jerry the King Lawler. It's been quite some time since we've gotten Elite Jerry the King Lawler, so we're going to be taking a look at that today. Then we have a first time in the line, and for all of you football fans or Patriots fans, we have Rob Gronkowski with the 24/7 championship. I think a lot of people are going to be excited for this one, as I am as well. I think this thing is absolutely freaking sick, and I think it looks just like Rob. I'm not sure if he's still in the WWE anymore, because he's playing football again, so I don't even know. And then we have the PrinXe Finn Balor, updated Finn Balor. This is he is the current NXT champion, and this is his current look in NXT. So glad to have that. And then the figure I think everybody's looking forward to the most, other than the Finn Balor and the John Morrison. We have the first ever Elite Keith Lee. This is the regular version. Now, I wasn't sure initially if this was going to be the chase or if the pink and, what was it, white or silver was going to be the chase, but it turns out that this is the regular version. So I'm pretty much just going to snap, and we're going to get all the figures out of the packaging in 3, 2, 1. Alrighty guys, so we got all the figures out of the packaging, and I gotta say, Elite 82 is absolutely stacked. Starting over here, we have the first figure in this set that I'm going to be talking about. We have the John Morrison, and this figure is just absolutely detailed. We do have the Fandango torso, which I think is perfect for John Morrison, because John Morrison is definitely ripped up. I'm not sure if this lower area right here is a new sculpt. It is with the belt and everything. I think this should be used for Seth Rollins. I think that would be perfect. I don't know why they haven't used that. And then we have the Fandango pants right here, which are absolutely detailed with John Morrison's art from his gear. I'm not sure exactly when he wore this. Maybe it's like when he won the tag titles with Miz. I'm actually not too sure. Maybe it was when he made his debut back in the WWE. We do get a cloth coat though, which I do appreciate. And I think everybody else in the figure community appreciates that as well. We do get some art throughout the coat. This might be a new coat. I don't know if we've ever seen this before. I know for sure this is not the Undertaker one, but it's just super detailed and very, very nice, and it definitely resembles John Morrison's coat. Here's John Morrison without his coat, all shredded up. We get 2 elbow pads, we got the wrist tape, we got the smaller arms, which works perfect. And then something interesting that comes with the John Morrison is a headband / glasses, and they're molded together, which I think is perfect. I actually really appreciate that, because I hate all the little accessories that get lost and stuff, and now it's together. So less to worry about. There's John Morrison brand new head sculpt, looks just like him. I think that's the True FX stuff, so very cool. He also comes with a pair of fists and a pair of mic holding hands. We got the first ever Elite Keith Lee, and this figure is absolutely perfect. So we get the rubber coat right here. Taking that off, taking a closer look at it. It says "Bask in my glory," and there's the front with the Keith Lee pose. So very cool that we're getting that. And then we get the first ever, I don't think this has ever been used on another figure before, but I think it's perfect. I'm glad they didn't use anything too big, like, you know, chunky wise. I think this is a perfect mix between muscle and, you know, everything else. And I think this is an absolutely perfect figure. There is the back, looking very nice. It says Keith Lee on the butt. And I think this is one of Keith Lee's more iconic gears, so I think it's fair that we're getting this in his first Elite. We get the painted on elbow pad, which I think is perfect because he never takes that thing off, so why, you know, have it removable. We get the wrist tape right there. We get the thumbs up right there. And then the Keith Lee head sculpt or head scan looks very nice. We get the knee pads, and then we get the boots. I wish they would have given us the more flexible material for the knee pads, because I know sometimes we get more of like a stretchy rubber, but you know what? I don't really give a crap, but this Keith Lee absolutely freaking nails it. Absolutely great. Moving on to one of my least favorite figures in this set, and you know, I'm just going to talk about this right now. I think that what they should have done is left these 3 figures, the Gronk, the Jerry the King Lawler, and the Alexa Bliss in another set. I just think that there's 3 huge figures in this set, and that they totally, I don't know, like I feel like they left the 3 spots kind of like more of a letdown. I think they should have added like Roman Reigns or John Cena or Seth Rollins, some bigger guys in here that would have made this set just absolutely outstanding. But we do have the Alexa Bliss right here, which looks, the head scan looks just like Alexa Bliss. I think it looks great. I think this is one of Alexa Bliss's best attires. We get the first ever Women's Tag Team Championship. And this is the first time that Mattel absolutely nailed it to scale, because all the other women's championships are the men's championships, so they look super huge on the women. But this is smaller. And if you zoom in closely right here, you can see that it doesn't say women's. It says it says like women's. It's not women's. The N is an H. I don't know. That's just like, I feel bad for whoever did that, because like, I don't know, they probably lost their job. So this tag team right there, champions, absolutely great belt. And something that Mattel is doing that I do appreciate, and they did this on the Intercontinental title, is they're adding more detail onto the strap, which looks great. Very nice. As for the Alexa Bliss, we get the double jointed knees, which is very nice. We do not get ankle pivot, which is unfortunate, but you know, we did just get toe articulation with the Bianca Belair, so I totally understand right there. We get the back, looking very nice. There's the front. We do get interchangeable hands with the more regular hands, but I think the gloves are the way to go. So there's the Alexa Bliss. Next up, we have the Jerry the King Lawler, and this figure is outstanding with detail. I think it's absolutely great. I love the white and the blue mixture. I think the black boots look very fresh with the crown right there. We do get this cloth kind of cape right there. I don't know what you call that, but very nice. It has all the silver coming throughout. Looking very nice. There he is without the cape. He has a white elbow pad and the wrist tape, and this is a removable crown. So looks just like Jerry the King Lawler, and I think this figure is absolutely outstanding. I would have saved this figure for a Legends line or something, because again, I feel like this set would have been so much better with 3 other characters, because like the Keith Lee, the John Morrison, the Finn Balor just absolutely nail it. But moving on, we do have the Rob Gronkowski, and this figure is absolutely great. I think it's funny. It just like his 24/7 title just fell, but I think his head is super silly, and it definitely represents Rob Gronkowski's personality. And I think it looks just like him. And I think the body mold is perfect as well. It has the athletic football look to it. We do get a microphone as well as a cloth jacket. Very nice. And it is removable, if you guys were wondering. If you want more of his, I guess, I don't know if this is like more of his WrestleMania look when he helped Mojo Rawley win, I think. He was wearing a tank top, so there's that. Very nice. We get the shirt. I don't know, like they did it perfect in a way where it looks just like his physique and everything, like the long arms, the body, and everything like that. It looks just like Rob Gronkowski. So very nice figure. I appreciate that Mattel gave that figure to us. For a while, I wasn't sure if Mattel was actually going to release it because we never saw pictures for it until like a couple of weeks ago, but it does come with the 24/7 championship. Very cool. And then the figure, my favorite figure in this set, we have the PrinXe, the updated Finn Balor, and this freaking figure is just like perfect, outstanding. Comes with the cloth t-shirt with the X on it with the Balor Club logo. We get 2 of the updated gun, I guess hand gestures, if you will. But it's more the updated ones because before we were getting these, I believe, but now we're getting the more Finn Balor-esque, Prince-esque guns right there. So very cool. We are getting the new hand tattoo as well. So let's remove this cloth t-shirt. I know there's a lot of people wondering if we're going to get the shredded torso, and to answer your question, yes we are. There is the shredded torso. Looks very nice. We get the all black gear except for little minor areas like the Balor Club logo with the X over it. We do get a painted on armband, which is very nice. Wrist tape, and then we get a full sleeve right there. We get the hand tattoo, and then we have the Balor Club logo with the X on it. And then a detail I was not expecting them to have, but they did add, was the wrestling shoes. They added that kind of blue, that dark blue look to the heel, which they totally did not need to do, but they went the extra mile and did it. I really appreciate it. And I think this head sculpt is absolutely great too. I can't wait to see that with like a demon paint on it or something like that, if he does wear demon paint in the future. But I think this figure is absolutely great, and it's definitely my favorite in the set. We get a variety of hands in this with this Finn Balor. We get the open hands, and we do get the choke slam hands. I wish we would have gotten some mic holding hands, but it is what it is. And I think this set is just absolutely great. Once again, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. And once again, this may be just my opinion, but I would have totally put a Seth Rollins in here, maybe a Roman Reigns, maybe a John Cena, maybe somebody else big right now, maybe Drew McIntyre with the WWE title. I don't know. But I'm going to rank these figures from least to greatest. Starting at the bottom of the list, I'm going to give it to the Alexa Bliss just because of the lack of the articulation. I hate how they start adding articulation to the women's figures, like the ankle pivot and that kind of stuff, and then they backtrack, and then they they slack on that. But I still think this figure is great. There's nothing like really wrong with it other than the articulation, but it's just my least favorite figure in this set. Moving on, we're going to give it to Jerry the King Lawler. I think this figure has an excellent paint job and excellent gear choice. I think this looks just like the King. Absolutely outstanding. Then I'm going to give it to Rob Gronkowski. I think this figure is absolutely hilarious. He just looks super silly, and I just think this is a very accurate or just a really good interpretation of Rob Gronkowski, especially with his gear and all the accessories it comes with. And then next up, I'm going to give it to John Morrison. I think this figure is great. I think everybody's been wanting an updated John Morrison for around a year now, and I think that we're finally getting the product that everybody's been wanting, and I think it looks just like John Morrison, and we're getting all the accessories that I think everybody wanted. If Mattel wanted to go to the extra mile, they probably could have added the SmackDown Tag Title, but we've had enough of those, so very cool. We do get the cloth jacket on there, so that's very nice. And then next up, we're going to give it to the Keith Lee. I think this figure just absolutely smoked it. I think that's just absolutely great. I think that this torso choice, or the new body mold, I believe this is a new body mold, is perfect for Keith Lee. I think the height's great. I think that they kept him slim and I don't know. I was kind of worried they were going to give him a big show torso, like something too big, but I think they absolutely they picked the right torso for this Keith Lee, and I think the head sculpt's great as well. So there we have that. And then in the number one spot, I've said it a million times now, we have the PrinXe Finn Balor. This figure is just totally stacked with detail. Actually, it's not stacked with detail. It's just perfect. It's all black, and it has everything that Finn Balor had at that time when he made his debut back into NXT. But I think it looks just like the updated PrinXe Finn Balor. The only thing they could have added was maybe the NXT title, but I think this figure was already being produced, and they probably couldn't add the NXT championship or whatever. But I give this set a 10 out of 10. I think it's absolutely great. You can pick up this set at Ringside Collectibles using discount code Tanner, TANNER. Thanks for watching, guys. WWE Fan Talk Show out.